Are you willing to pay more for gasoline so Ukraine can defeat Russia? That is the question we are looking at today, as the strategy by the United States has shifted drastically. For quite some time, the Trump administration has wanted to basically starve Russia out with low oil prices. Now, that strategy has shifted somewhat. Last night, the administration imposed sanctions on Russia's two largest oil companies, Rosneft and Lukoil. In addition to that, last night, Ukraine struck one of Russia's largest oil refineries, also owned by Rosneft. And that has caused oil prices today to jump by over $3 a barrel, nearly a 6% rise. And with all this going on, it's caused gas prices to rise in the United States on a national average. We're at $3.07 today on AAA, but wholesale gas prices in the United States are rising. They're up 5 cents today, and they're getting close to where they were 1 month ago. A month ago, the national average for a gallon of gas in the United States was 10 cents higher than it is today. So I suspect those gas prices are going to continue rising. In addition to that, if this can sustain itself or last for about a month, it'll take us right into the Thanksgiving Day holiday, where gas prices always rise by 5 to 10 cents a gallon. All of the big celebrations of low gas prices by the Republicans that were happening just a few days ago have basically vanished, as gas prices have bounced back up pretty big. The oil and gas market right now is probably as crazy as I have ever seen, and it's leaving experts and analysts all over the country scratching their heads daily when they're trying to figure out what's going to happen next, because there's literally a half a dozen things out there that are putting significant upward pressure on prices, and there's also quite a few things out there that are putting significant downward pressure on prices, and that is usually not the case. In addition to that, with Donald Trump's sort of spontaneous decision-making when it comes to things like tariffs, Russia, Ukraine, imports, exports, all of this stuff, it's hard to predict what tomorrow's going to look like. But the one thing that's fairly easy to recognize is that for Ukraine to be successful against Russia, they're going to have to continue targeting Russian energy infrastructure, and that will always drive oil prices higher. We live in an age now where gas prices are sticky enough as it is. It takes a lot to bring them down to where they ever used to be in the past. And that's one thing that people just don't understand. It just takes a lot more to bring them down in the United States. With further globalization of the global commodities market and the amount of refined fuels that the United States exports, oil prices would have to be unbelievably low to make any kind of significant dent in gasoline prices. But the question remains, are Americans willing to pay a little bit more for gas in order for Ukraine to be successful? This means Donald Trump would have to break his promise of cutting gas prices in half within the first year. Now, we all know that's not going to happen regardless. At this point, oil would almost have to be free for that to happen. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Really appreciate all my new followers and subscribers. You guys have a great Thursday afternoon. Thanks.